Hello, good afternoon. Welcome all of you here. Good evening from my side. Let's start this session, and that's a typical SSC mock. Don't forget, nowadays we have RCs in Tier 1, but there used to be closed tests for a long time. Let's revive that memory of having closed tests in Tier 1. Let's start. I'll inform you in the end in detail, but right now let me just say, excuse me. Let me just inform you of this ongoing offer, which we will discuss in detail in the end. Exam Ready Fest. Let me just show you where one can grab 2 times validity and flat 40% off on any subscription, be it elite, super elite, combos and all. We'll discuss in the end. Let's go straight to the test. I repeat, 45% off and 2 times validity using the code EXAM. Let's go straight. That was a good one, typical one. Usually we have such tests in the real exam. Reducing brightness so that it becomes clearer for you. Here we go. Okay. Ambiguous. Things which are not clear, like what's the timing for tomorrow's train? 7. Okay, I'll be ready. But that's 7 a.m. or p.m. That's ambiguity, unclear. And you're asking the antonym of ambiguous, which is clear, straight. The first option need not check the others. However, in examinations, we won't answer that fast. Ambiguous, unclear. Opposite, clear. Lengthy, not at all related to clarity. Fragile, can be easily broken, not at all related to clarity. And gradual, slowly, not at all related to clarity. Clear, straight. A place where birds are kept. I think SSC has asked hundreds of times, birds are kept, bees are kept. So sanctuary, not just for birds, wildlife sanctuaries we have heard of. Zoo, many animals out there, not just for birds. Aviary, remember, aviation for birds. Apiary for bees. Aviary for birds. I blank space my friend at the airport yesterday. Probably I took him, or I carry out a plan, strategy, execute. I won't be executing my friend. Go over. Set up, we set up a business, not friends. Pick up. Yes, I'm coming. We'll be picking you up in next 15 minutes. For sure. I picked up my friend at the airport yesterday. She cooked dinner when the guests arrived. When defines that point of time. So when I called him, he was driving. When I reached home, my mummy was cooking food. When I reached there, they were waiting for me. When I reached home, children were playing in the park. When shows that point of time. So at that time when the guests arrived, she cooked dinner. Dinner is not for 1 sec. It's a process. She had cooked, not wrong, but she was cooking is a better choice. So it usually happens when you come home. Mummy is cooking something. She was cooking dinner when the guests arrived. She was doing this when it happened. Yes, I made a mistake here. Haste makes waste. Climate change, the author is willing to mention the continuity or continuous tense, causing sea levels to rise at an alarming rate. At this rate, it is continuously increasing. I wasn't wrong, but that was a better choice. Has caused, obviously, climate change has caused sea levels to rise. Climate change is causing sea levels to rise. That is also correct. Both ways it is correct. The only thing is the author has used continuity, so better pick this. If the author had used perfect tense, would have picked the first one. Although I got this wrong. In real examinations, yep, that's how we commit silly mistakes. All member, don't read this further. No, I'm not showing off, but all taking a singular noun, countable, impossible. All the boy, all the country, impossible. Say all the members, all the boys, all the players. Yes, if that's an uncountable noun, all can take an uncountable noun. If that's a collective one, possibility, but that's countable singular. All cannot take countable singular nouns. So not all member, all members. Done, nipped in the bud. Need not read the sentence further. Kill two birds or with one stone. Achieve two achievements with just one task or one action. Planning to be cruel? No, they are not killing birds. That's an idiom. Hunting? That's an idiom. Doing inefficiently? Yes, idiomatically also. If someone is killing two birds with one stone, that's not inefficiently, that's efficiency. You are solving two tasks with one. That's the real meaning. Solving two problems with one action. Doubts, welcome. Objections, welcome. So a close test after a long time. Pay attention. However, this is easy. Most currencies in the world are blank space in relation to the US dollar. They are labeled. No, every currency has its own label. They are traveled, and that too in the passive voice. They are traveled. No. They are measured. Sure. When it comes to dollar, rupee, dinar, etc., we talk about their value, and that gives us measurement. Sure. $1 is equal to 96 rupees now. Treasured? No. Measured. Because it functions as the dominant global reserve currency, countries often compare the value of their money, blank space, the dollar, to determine exchange rates. They compare the value of their money, blank space, the dollar, through the dollar. Dollar is not a medium through which something can pass. Across the dollar, across is used when you just like cross the road from one endpoint to the other endpoint. Dollar is not an end point here. Between takes at least two. Dollar is singular. And for sure, against. This is compared against that, measured against that. The value is calculated against that, with respect to that. However, the dollar itself is also compared. Okay, so the other countries, other currencies are compared against the dollar. However, the dollar itself is also compared with, if dollar is getting compared, it should be muscular currencies. Nonsense. Mighty currencies, we are not talking about power or strength. Royal currencies, what nonsense. Stronger in terms of value, not bodybuilding. Which hold higher individual value. Despite this, the US dollar remains the most blank space accepted currency, the most in international business. Broad, maybe not bad, but collocations you must have heard, I'm sure. Widely accepted. Drop the word most. We usually say it's widely accepted across the world. Lengthy accepted? No. Brainy accepted? Broad accepted? At least there should be an adverb here, because accepted is a verb. Broad is an adjective. Adjectives don't modify verbs. Adverbs do. It's widely accepted. Transactions in dollars are considered fair and practical since most countries recognize and trust its value. As a result, dollar acts like a common blank space language, common love language, common financial language. Yes, you talk about money and currency. Better choice. Racial? No. Temperamental? Not at all. Currency, money, finance, financial language. Clear explanation. Incessant is something which is not stopping, without stopping, like it's raining or it has been raining incessantly. So no, it doesn't define any explanation. Palatable, something which is delicious. Wow. Yummy, like that. Something which is tasty and all. Analgesic is like medicine for pain and all, not at all related to explanation. But let me tell you the reality. Let me expose him. Explanation. Yes, that's the most appropriate choice. Doubts? Welcome. Exploring culture. Hold on a sec. Is that a spell check? Even before reading the instructions, the spelling of culture hit here. Exploring cultures. No, it doesn't have a double R. That has to be the incorrectly spelled word. The authority will announce the traffic plan tomorrow. Okay, first of all, verb, will announce, will be announced. Okay, no, have. Okay. Now the subject and object. Authority should be the object here. Authority here. Traffic plan? But plan was the object. Shouldn't be the object, should be the subject now. Subject becomes the object. Object becomes the new subject. B plus V3 transforming the voice. The crane lifted the heavy steel beam at the construction site. Crane lifted the heavy steel beam. It's talking about that machine. Let me check. The crane stood quietly near the lake. Shouldn't be a machine standing quietly. That should be the animal, I'm sure you know. Or the bird, we can say. But not the machine. But the rest of these, the tall crane moved slowly above the building, has to be a machine. The crane raised the materials to the top floor, has to be the machine. The crane carried the load across the site, has to be the machine. Homonym. That was good, and indeed tricky. Was a close shave for me. A good day to plan a murder, Patrick thought blackly. As he lit up, he thought back to a very heated conversation with his best friend. Oh, good day to plan a murder because we have had a heated conversation. The view was bleak. View from where? Standing abruptly, he pulled a cigarette, shuffled over to his office window. Probably that's where the view is coming from. I just opened the window and standing there. That's the view I can view. So D and C. And D starting with noun, no objection. Standing there, Patrick pulled a cigarette and shuffled over to the window. The view was bleak. Grey clouds are there. And that gives you the negativity. A good day to plan a murder. Why? Because my friend and I had a very heated conversation. Done. DC here. A, perfect. Was very tricky if you had answered with C. If you had started, God's grace, with C. Doubts? Welcome. To cut one's coat according to one's cloth. To live within your resources. Not to expand. Not to, what should I say, lavishly spend. No. To cut one's coat according to one's cloth. Whatever resources I have, I'll be living within the limits, within my resources. To adjust actions according to available resources. Absolutely. Need not check the others. Doubts? Welcome. Almost done? Yep. The officer warned, if anyone tried to break the rules, strict action would be taken. If anyone tried, already passed, then that should be past perfect. And past with future doesn't make any combination. If anyone tries, will be. First conditional seems a better choice. Tries becomes tried, will becomes would. Perfect. Anything else? Breaking? No, that's not ing, that's infinitive. Don't change the tone of the author. If anyone try. Singular subject without an SES is more than impossible in English. Impossible. Tries, will. Devotees, at least I remember when we worship the Almighty, we are devoted, devout, and all. Okay. Pious, quite the same. Sanctity. Secular, not concerned about any religion or profane, even rude. Obscene is a negative word. Ungodly itself is negative, not godly, ungodly. We are not sure, but expecting pretty soon in the last week of this month. Maybe before that, I'm not the authority, but probably in the last week of this month. Stay connected, keep on working hard. All the very best. So, yep, the synonym. The rest of those are antonymous, not at all related to your devotion. Opposite of that. Why don't you take a break? He said. He recommended that I, doubts welcome, but after the verbs recommend, commend, suggest, advise, demand, order, insist, we put the present subjunctive mood. I hope you remember. The doctor has advised that she rest for a week, not rests. The judge ordered that the convict be present, not is or are or was or were present. So he recommended present subjunctive. I know English is a common language for both of us. If you do not know that, you won't be able to understand that. Feel free to ask, feel free to search on Google. Present subjunctive examples, you will get a lot of. So he recommended that I, present subjunctive, fresh we even not took, sorry, take. Plausible, feasible, capable of being done. Yes, we can do that. Sure. Humble, it's not about being rude or humble, capable of being done. Quiet, it's not about being noisy or quiet. Distant, it's not about being close or distant or far, but something which can be done, should be possible. No. Such a weird comment of yours. What an absurd idea. It cannot be done. Antonymous, because the rest of those are not at all related to the given word. The player was carried by his teammates. Past indefinite. No carry, no had, no have, carried. When the verb satisfies, need not check the other words. The sense of, after the preposition of, there should be a noun. Calmness is okay, but the next word is calm. Why would we put two words together? The same word twice will make it redundant. No. Peace, okay. Disturbed or undisturbed are adjectives. No, we need a noun after the preposition. Full, beautiful, adjective. But we needed a noun, the only noun. Because if you talk about the meaning, if you say vocabulary, all mean the same. Always remember, grammar first, vocabulary then, context then. So just elimination with the help of grammar. Just one noun, not the redundant one. And finishing things off, last, here. That was amazing. Assuming I got this wrong, because I wasn't aware of that, and this correct, which was my silly mistake. At least one I had to get wrong. I don't even remember now, but I checked it later after attempting the mock. That's probably the straight line combination of sun, earth, and moon. Probably this. The straight line alignment of three celestial bodies like the sun, earth, and moon during events like eclipses or new or full moons. Done. That was a typical SSC close test. That was a typical SSC mock. Most welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Before I finish, let me inform you of this ongoing offer at Oliveboard. One can opt for SSC Light or Elite or Super Elite or Railways plus SSC Elite or Super Elite. Every single detail is mentioned, what is included, what is not, choosing the desired validity, and flat 45% off and 2 times extra validity for whichever course batch you opt for. We suggest Super Elite, in which you get access to everything, the current batches, the upcoming batches, mock test, PYQs, notes, videos, everything, even the upcoming batches which are going to start, in just one subscription. Do have a look. And before I finish, until the notification is out, let me congratulate each and everyone who got selected in CGL 2025. Your seniors, which were here at this platform, succeeded well. Now you and I will work hard together and would love to see your photos here. Thank you so much. Manoj Hadia, thanks a lot. God bless you. Take care. Be safe. See you pretty soon. Thanks a lot.